Hi, I'm Oginga, Carr, CEO of Epiphany Consulting, LLC. I want to welcome you to another Aha Monday. I am so excited about this Monday. This Monday, I'm actually in Connecticut. I'm going to be in New England for the week, but I have something phenomenal for you. I have a great friend. Her name is Beth Clark, and she has terrific training. She does diversity training, and she does an awesome job with organizations. But I wanted to share a little bit with you and allow her to talk to you about a license to love. I think you're really going to love today's Aha Monday. And you'll see me back live and in person for an Aha Monday next week. So check out Beth. She's coming up right now.
So I'm Beth Clark with Allegro Training and Consulting, and this is your license to love. So license to love your job is just having that internal understanding that you get to love even at work. You work 10, 12, 15-hour days. How much of a drag is it that you've got to leave love at the door? Forget about that. I'm going to tell you one of my favorite stories about love. This teacher had decided that her kids were kind of losing track. They were getting bored. Life was just kind of middle of semester. They're not engaged anymore. So she did this really cool thing. She went out, she got all these blue ribbons printed up, and on those blue ribbons, it said, "You make a difference." And then with each of her kids in her classroom of 30 people, she called each kid up in front of the room, gave him a blue ribbon, and said, "This is how you make a difference to me, and this is how you make a difference in this classroom. Like, if you weren't here, this is what we'd be missing." But the story doesn't end there. That's cool enough, right? The story doesn't end there. She gives them 3 more blue ribbons, and she said, "Now I want you to go out into the world, and I want you to continue this empowerment process. Come back in a week and tell me what happens." So this one kid gets really excited about this. He takes his blue ribbons, and he gets in the car that day, and he says, "Mom, you have to take me over to the office building where they've been teaching me about being an advertising agent, kid. I don't know what they're teaching me exactly, but I need to go there because I need to tell John that he's really made a difference in my life." And she's like, "I don't have time to do this," but he was so excited about it, she did it. She takes him over. He takes his 3 extra blue ribbons in there, hands one of them to John, says, "You made such a difference in my life. Thank you for taking time out of your life just to help me and teach me things, and I've learned so much. And, well, I have 2 more blue ribbons, and I was wondering if you would take them out into the world and continue this empowerment process." So John's in his mind clicking off, "Okay, I taught the kid delegation. Good." And he decides to take his blue ribbon to the owner of the company. And he says, "This is kind of a little weird, I know, but this is what happened with this kid today, so I thought I'd give you the other blue ribbon and tell you that I think you are a creative genius. I can't tell you the number of times we've been bone dry on ideas. You've rolled through a meeting, a brainstorming meeting, and gotten us going again. Just thank you for being so brilliant at what you do and providing me with this opportunity. And I've got 1 more blue ribbon, and I was wondering if you would take it out into the world and continue the empowerment process, because I got to tell this kid." So the owner of the company is like, "Sure, no problem." Takes the blue ribbon. He's driving home, regular, normal day, right? Should I give it to my wife? Should I give it to my kid? Pulls into the driveway. 14-year-old son's bike's in the middle of the driveway. What does that mean? He's got to get out. He can't just hit the remote and go into the garage, and he feels that familiar annoyance. And suddenly, it dawns on him how many times that annoyance has been there instead of the recognition of the difference his son makes in his life. So he goes inside, he calls his son down, he hands him the blue ribbon, and his son's like, cynical 14-year-old, "Were you at one of those seminars again today, Dad?" He's like, "No, son, listen, I got to tell you what happened. I'm the owner of a company, right? I don't get a lot of compliments. I mean, it just isn't how it works. And this junior executive came up to me today and he told me that I made a difference in his life. And it occurred to me that I've missed probably 1 million opportunities to tell you the difference you make in my life. In fact, if you weren't in my life, I don't even know what I would do. I love you and your mother more than life itself. And his son broke down bawling like a baby, to the point where his father got worried. He hadn't hugged his son in 2 years. His son hadn't let him touch him in 2 years. And he goes to hug him, and his son kind of pulls away, and he's like, son, tell me what is going on? What is going on? And finally his son fought through the tears and fought through the anguish, and he said, Dad, I'm just so relieved to know that you still love me, because I didn't think anybody did anymore. And last night I wrote a suicide note. And now I don't have to use it. So, do you have license to love at work and at home and at your job and in life and yourself? Absolutely you do. It's imperative. Go do it.